Good afternoon. My name is David, and this is Backroads. Today I find myself in a small little town called Creemore, which is south of Collingwood, and there's a lot of snow. I'm going to drive through the downtown of Creemore, and then I want to see at what point the snow disappears. Like, how far do I have to go south until the snow is no longer here? So this is the main drag into the little village of Creemore. It's a cute little town. I'm just drinking a coffee at the moment, so if you hear any slurping, I apologize. Just I left the house early this morning and have not really had much to eat or drink, so I was able to get a coffee in this small little town. Flying Squirrel Motorcycle Company. Apparently they serve coffee there too. Foodland on the left-hand side, and there's also the Creemore Village Green on the left-hand side. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see it because I'm driving. However, on a other video, maybe I will film the town, do a walking video. Apparently there was a fire in this place on the left-hand side a number of years ago, and they're still dealing with it. There's a lot of cool little bakeries, right? Chez Michel on the right, you got the bakery and cafe. I did not get coffee at these places. I was at another part of the northern part of the town. Creemore Brewery is right here. That's cool. It's big. It just keeps going. Let's turn here. Creemore is not very big. It's a very small little village. Park on the right-hand side. So they play baseball and whatnot. All right, so the time is 12:24. So I think we're going to go down Airport Road. Now this is only my second live stream on this channel, and I don't know what the quality of it is really going to be like. I have to work on maybe getting some other another program to maybe use to live stream, because for some reason it only records it in 720. I mean, I want to be filming in 4K. I really don't know how to figure that out. I was down at the Santa Claus parade in Toronto, and I was talking to a guy, and he used some other program to do his live streams. So maybe I may have to use one of those, and apparently they're free. So really, there's no excuse that I couldn't be using it. However, I got to figure that out. So if you're looking for a drive from the GTA, Creemore is a cool little town to go to. Depending on where you live in the city, it could take you an hour and a half, or it could take you 2 hours. It just all depends on where you are and actually what the traffic is like that you're dealing with. If you're watching this, I don't know, well, I mean, it's live, right? So depending on when you watch this, there's going to be a couple of other videos coming out with some back road driving videos. One of them, I honestly didn't know if I was going to get out of. I was in a precarious situation. It was a little daunting, and I was white knuckling it while sliding down an embankment. Uh, yeah, it was a little scary. So hopefully, I'm not going to have to do too many of those types of videos. I wasn't planning on it. It was on a no non-winter access road. It wasn't maintained. It was very nerve-wracking. But I'm still here. Right, this is Airport Road. This would take me down to the airport if I drove all the way down. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe maybe that's the way I go. I don't know. I won't know until I won't know until I know. But we can start here. It's always a good place to start. Creemore. Yeah, a lot of mountainous, well, not mountainous, but a lot of hilly areas in Creemore. Really nice. Like it's a cute little town. Apparently, I always find it fascinating how it snows in some areas and then other areas have no snow whatsoever. So that's why today I wanted to see, at what point do we have no snow? I mean, I know the answer, but you guys don't know the answer yet. I'm going to set my odometer as well. I mean, I'm a little late to the party on that. I think I've driven about 10 kilometers already, but I'll just add that on. Whoa, man, oh man. People got to pay attention. Pay attention. Driving over, that's a little scary. Sometimes people just don't pay attention. In Ontario, we are not allowed to be driving or even have our keys in the ignition while handling a phone. So I have my phone set up on my dashboard and I do not touch my phone because Yeah, you just don't do that. All right, Dufferin County. So we started off in Creemore, went into, I don't know, Creemore, which is in Clearview. Now we are in Dufferin County. Dufferin County is actually the smallest county or municipality in Ontario. Uh, I don't. I think they were formed in the latter part of the 20th. I don't know. I think it was like 1900. At some point, they were taken. They were created from Centre Wellington, Simcoe, and there was one other county. And each of those counties kind of gave up a portion, and then they created Dufferin. I'm not a full historian, so I don't know exactly. But anyways, so for the first time, I think I got two people watching right now, which is kind of cool. Thank you. Hit the like button, guys. This is awesome. I'm trying to build this channel, so I'm doing my best, and it's not easy, but I'm enjoying it. And I'm just going to keep on bringing you videos. Right now, if you're just tuning in, we are driving from Creemore, Ontario, where there's all snow, and I'm driving. I wanted to see, well, I know the answer, but I wanted to film a video to the point of when there is no snow. Started about 15 kilometers ago, and we're going south. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens and at what point do we have grass as opposed to snow, which is kind of cool. Tree farm on the left-hand side, by the looks of it. It is a Friday. Typically, lots of people leave the city and go north. I know I was leaving Toronto once, and just trying to get north was so difficult. It's crazy. But anyways, yes, I don't mean to digress. But anyways, this is yeah, I'm just trying to build this channel, just trying to keep going. So wherever you're tuning in from, let me know in the comments. Whereabouts are you in the world? I always like to connect with my subscribers in the comments down below, which is always a good time. I touch my phone or anything because it's actually set up on the dashboard right now as I'm driving. So I cannot touch my phone in Ontario because that is the law. And yeah, so as we drive. So if you are tuning in for the first time, again, we are traveling south from Creemore, Ontario, which is south of Collingwood. And as you can see, there's tons of snow up here. I'm going south to figure out at what point do we go from snow to green grass. Because Ontario is very vast, it's huge, and there's so many different climates from one area to the other. Like right now, it's what, -4, well, it was actually -6 degrees when I started, and now I'm already at -4, and I've been traveling for 17 kilometers. So just in a short period of time, things have warmed up already 2 degrees. So as we continue to go south, obviously it'll get warmer. We're going to get closer to Lake Ontario. However, it'll be interesting to see at what point we hit grass, because we will at some point hit grass. So I'm on Airport Road. So if I took this road all the way like into the city, I would end up at the airport if I continued on this road. Now, the airport is quite some ways away from where I am. However, that's the reality of it. If I went right, there's a road up here. If I went right at this road, that would take me into a small little hamlet of Terra Nova. Terra Nova used to actually have a great restaurant and pub. It's kind of no longer anymore. But there was a lot of, if you ever watch CBC radio or listen to it or tune into CBC on TV, there's a number of people who live up here who work for CBC that have kind of gone to that restaurant. So I've actually seen a few people from time to time when I'm with friends and we've come north and we've gone in there. It's interesting for sure. Uh, okay, over here on the left-hand side, this is the Dufferin County Forest. So you can go in here and hike, bike. I think you're even allowed to be on a horseback. You can go in there, and it's all free. You don't have to pay. It's an interesting place. It's very sandy in a lot of places, but there's a lot of single track. It's a it's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty nice in there. If you if you've ever moved up this way on the right hand side, as we get down here a little bit further, you'll end up. There's a private ski club on the right hand side, and then there is another area you can actually pay to go into if you like riding bikes off road. There's a spot for that. There's like a campground on the left hand side as well. There's a restaurant. You can get coffee, everything else you can get down here. It's just right where the big sign is on the left hand side. Right, it's the Mansfield's Outdoor Center on right here. That's what I'm talking about. So you can go in there, or on the right hand side, we've just passed it, but there's the Mansfield Ski Club, and there on the right hand side, which would be the west side of the road. And it's a private ski club. So if you don't want to wait in all the lines at Blue Mountain or anything like that, then you could join Mansfield Ski Club. That's the big sign right there. Already I'm starting to see a change in how much snow is around. Now, when it snows, or if you get freezing, or if you're ever finding yourself in freezing rain, man, the hills can be a little crazy up in this neck of the woods. And Airport Road has got quite a few of them. So you got to be really prepared as to, well, first off, where are you going, and what kind of what kind of car do you have to be able to go up and down on these roads? Because if you find yourself going down and you can't stop, then you're in trouble, and you'll probably end up in a ditch. Something like, yeah, it's never fun. Man, what a gorgeous day, though. So I don't know about you, but I am not there for Christmas yet. We're getting closer to the day. We're almost, what is it, 12 days away? Yeah, 12 days for Christmas, and I am not ready yet. Still lots of time, though. Okay, so this is, I believe, a little town called Mansfield. I remember, man, a long, long time ago, like it could be even 15 years ago, that in this town there wasn't even a gas station, or maybe there was. Maybe there's one gas station, but now there's two gas stations. There's a burger joint. There's a convenience store, liquor store, all in one. A lot of people come up this way to go to Collingwood, Blue Mountain. All right, so the liquor store, beer store on the right-hand side. All right, you got a gas station there on one side. You got another gas station. Right, there's a burger joint in that one. There's pizza on this side, on the left-hand side. So when people travel up from Toronto or Brampton or Mississauga or wherever, and they come up this way to go north, they'll stop off in a lot of these small little places. And up in Creemore, like on Airport Road, just a little bit before I started, there is a other burger joint up there. There's another gas station at, I think it's Highway 93. So again, there's a lot of things, a lot of places to stop. You can see, right? People, they got their skis and they're going up north or whatever. But you're starting to see a little bit more traffic. I mean, it's 12:41, right? Like it's still the middle of the day on a Friday. I know a lot of people, they take Fridays off. They'll work longer in the week, but then they'll take a full Friday off. That way they can leave on a Thursday and then go north. Not everybody has that luxury. Now this is one of the hills that I was kind of talking about. You don't want to be coming down here, um, when it's freezing rain or whatever. I mean, they do their best apparently to look after a lot of the hills, make sure they're passable, which they are. It's just those times where it just starts to rain and then it freezes, and if they haven't dealt with the road, because they put this slurry on the road, it's a mixture of salt and a number of other things to stop it from freezing. And then the other thing that people have to contend with is whiteouts. So you can see that the road is kind of a little bit snow covered here. If the wind picks up and it's it's a very fluffy snow, it can cause whiteouts across certain sections of the road, which is not fun. I did a video yesterday, and yeah, there was a lot of snow squalls coming through. So I thought I'd get out and film some video. It's all still to come out. It's just you get certain types of weather and you want to get out and film. And right now, this is one of those days where it's like, okay, I just want to get out. I want to film because then I've got some content for everybody, because sometimes the weather turns and then it's kind of boring. But a sunny, snowy, okay, that's kind of a funny thing. A sunny day after a big snowfall it's a perfect opportunity because everything just looks so beautiful. Now, mind you, I would prefer the summer over every month that we have. I mean, fall is beautiful, but I always know what comes after fall, and we're in it right now. And I always find the transitions going from the transition going from fall to winter, it's not exactly the greatest. I don't enjoy these transitional periods. But I don't mind the transition from winter to spring because at least I know summer's on the way. Sometimes I question why I live where I live. I mean, I could be down south where it's nice and warm. Or maybe move to Italy where it is certainly much warmer. But then you got to deal with active volcanoes and is what it is. But winter is a beautiful time. It's just those days where you get, I don't know, day after day after day where it's so cloudy and there's no sun. Man, it really, my mental health, it goes down the drain when I don't see sun for week after week. So this is Highway 89. So the Museum of Dufferin is on the left-hand side. Doesn't cost much to get in there, I don't believe. So Highway 89, yeah, let's just keep going. Let's keep going south. Let's see what happens here. So this is Airport Road. Airport Road is really beautiful. There's a lot of hills, but definitely don't speed because they will nab you, which is why they post those signs. It's the last thing you want to do. It would be great if I actually had somebody with me while I'm live streaming, and that way they could be reading off what people ask me while I'm driving. That would be great. Or what I may have to do is come up with a process where I can drive for a bit, then I can park for a few minutes, and then I can, look at a number of questions, and then I can ask, then I can answer them while I'm driving for the next little bit. I don't know. It's one of those challenging things, with live streaming. And again, I don't know anyone that really live streams when they drive, but for me, it's kind of like you're in my passenger seat while I'm driving, and we're going for a drive together. We get to talk, and who knows, you could be from any part of the world. I don't know where you're watching from or whatnot, but it's always nice to connect with everybody from wherever they are watching from, which is why I ask, make a comment down below. Let me know where you're from, if you're enjoying the video or whatever. And yeah, it's always nice. Now look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Like, I love this. The thing is you have to pay attention to your speed, because you start going down these hills. And that's why they post that sign back there. Too many people drive this road as if it's like a 400 series highway, right? Posted limit is 80 kilometers an hour. Yeah, if you do 90, you're probably, I mean, I guess you could be okay. I guess it just all depends. You're still going over the speed limit, right? So down here, there's a little bit of a bend in the road. This is beautiful. Look at all the snow on the trees on the one side, and then on the other side, where the sun's been hitting it, it's all kind of melted. Now, after this turn here, then I can go up another big hill, but I think the view from the top of that other one it's another good view. So right now we are in a municipality called Mono. So we started off in Clearview. We are in Dufferin, but in Dufferin there is other areas. So one of them is Mulmer, which again we were in further up. Now we're in Mono, and then once we get out of Mono, we will end up in Caledon. Let's keep this window clear for you guys to be able to see. Sorry about the fan. All right, so there should be a good viewpoint from up ahead here. So, what are they doing there? Almost. So you go right here on Mono Center Brewery. It could actually take you to Mono Cliffs Park, Provincial Park. So you could go there, and you could probably do 20 kilometers of hiking in the provincial park there. You'd probably have to pay for parking and get onto the Bruce Trail, and you don't have to pay for anything, which is quite nice, because they charge you an arm and a leg over at that place, meaning they charge quite a bit of money to park at the park. And once we get down into the valley, then we got a little bit of ways to go up. Hopefully that guy's okay. Oh yeah, he's just putting washer fluid in. Um, Once we get down into the valley, we can go left and we could go drive by Schitt's Creek. The hotel is there. We could do that, or I could do that on a different one. Because there was a TV show called Schitt's Creek. It was on Netflix. Great comedy. Ah, man, it was so flippin' funny. So funny. And it was filmed. The hotel scenes were filmed uh, down here. Uh, and then the rest of the show was filmed in a place called Goodwood. Goodwood is out towards Stouffville area in the east. It's actually kind of northeast of Toronto is where the rest of it was filmed. I mean, obviously, you know, I wasn't there to know exactly whether they filmed it, but like the whole show at a certain point, I don't know if they had a stage set or whatever, but I know the outside ones were filmed there. And I'm a runner, so I like to run and hit the trails and go different places. And that was one of the areas I was driving through on my way to Uxbridge to go for a run. And sure enough, I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And sure enough, yeah, it's in a place called Goodwood. Yep, that was OPP, and I guess I'm good. Fingers crossed. There is also a really, really cool general store in Hockley Valley I've been to a couple of times. And again, that's once you get down into the valley, which is over the next hill. If I go left, it'll take me into the little village of Hockley Valley, or I should say Hockley. The road is Hockley Valley Road. And if I go right at the Hockley Valley Road, which is where the light is, then that'll take me into Orangeville. And if I went left, it'll take me into the village where the general store is. And you can get beer, you can get wine and liquor and stuff. There's also a bakery in there. There's a restaurant. You can get everything that you would want to get. And if I went right, there is a ski resort at Hockley as well. Hockley Resort, it's called. And now we go up. All right, so let's. So for the next 8 kilometers, you do want to watch for deer. There has been, I've seen a lot of deer in this area. Well, the snow is starting to disappear. That's a nice glare. Well, the roads are looking a little bit better. There's certainly a lot less snow. been driving for how many kilometers? 46K we've been driving for so far. So if you like to hike on the Bruce Trail, you can, on the left-hand side of the road, there's all kinds of connection points into the Bruce Trail in this particular section. I believe that is is it Caledon or it's the Dufferin? Anyways, it's one of the two. So if you're just tuning in, we're driving from Creemore until we, out of the snow, until we get to a point where there is green grass. That is the goal. I want to see how far you have to drive south to that. That's beautiful. The right side, all the trees with all the snow. Oh, that's just awesome. It's just beautiful. I mean, this time of year can be really, really challenging. It's either, brown and gray. Like today, it's just stunning. Just all depends on what you know, what year, what year it is. But anyways, driving from Creemore until we get to no snow. Just want to know where that point is. I always find it fascinating, right? Because Ontario is so big, it's diverse in so many different ways with regards to you know, how much the weather can change from area to area. Now it's back up to -5. We started at -6, then we went down to -4. Now we're back at -5. So again, it changes from one area to the next. So I'm on Airport Road. We're coming up to we're coming up to Highway 9 in a minute, a place called Mono Mills. There's a Canadian flag out there, and there's a Starbucks. I'm continuing south because, again, want to know that point of where the snow disappears. Comment below. Let me know where you guys are watching from, because again, this is a new channel. I just started, about a month and a bit ago, and I just want to connect with all you guys. So give it a like, maybe share. I don't know, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you like about the videos. Well, kind of what you want to see, where you're watching from, that kind of stuff. I got a couple of other channels that I do, but this is a new one that I've started, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's good content. I'm still trying to figure out how I can make the videos better. Different streaming software, using the one that's part of YouTube, and I don't necessarily know what the quality of it's going to look like because I'm not on the receiving end. I'll have to watch it once I'm finished, but hopefully it's okay, because again, I'm trying my best to navigate the technology. But I like to make 4K videos where it's very crisp, but it doesn't happen all the time. It's challenging, specifically when you get low light, and when I don't know. It is what it is. I'm trying. But yeah, I like driving the back roads. I like doing walking videos, driving videos, biking videos, whatever they are, right? I'll do any of them. I got a big catalog so far on my channel that I've made, and apparently people are enjoying it. I hope. The one thing, if anyone's ever driving through this area, don't speed, ever. They've got these cameras, speed cameras set up. They've got red light cameras set up as you're entering all of these little communities, because there's so many people that speed through here doing like 100 kilometers an hour. It is crazy from what I understand. I mean, I talk to a lot of people in the areas that I travel to, and that's one thing they've always said is people speed. So they've set up these cameras, and I don't know, I don't know if they're working or not, but anyways, I just like to convey the message and let people know that, yeah, these cameras are out. All right, so now we are in Caledon. So we left Mono. We started up in Creemore, worked our way all the way down, and here we are south of Highway 9. Airport road will take me to the airport. So whether that's what I end up doing, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I just want to know at what point now this is the line where there's no snow. And we started off, and there was a lot of snow. As we're continuing to go south, there's becoming less and less snow as we go. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. So on the left-hand side, there's a place, it's Glen Affey. It's a conservation area. Again, you can go hiking, take the kids there. A lot of trails. It's really nice. I don't believe you have to pay. I don't think so. But and when we continue south, we're going to end up driving through Caledon East. So Caledon is very, very big. So I could drive through Caledon East. If I was on Highway 10, which just runs parallel to uh, Airport Road, probably about 5 kilometers to the, is it 5 or 6? I don't know. It could be 5 or 6 kilometers. Actually, no. It's more like 10 kilometers to the west. That would be to my right. That'll take me to Highway 10. And if you went down Highway 10, it takes you into Brampton, but you'll go through Caledon Village. So Caledon Village over there, and then we're going through Caledon East. And this is the other village on this side. Caledon East tends to be more of, you've got everything there, right? The recreational centers there, the arenas there. You got a grocery store and all the shops and everything else. That's all there. Caledon Village, you've got Tim Hortons, you've got a gas station, a bunch of houses, you've got a quarry, and then you've got a place where you can swim at the quarry, believe it or not. Get a lot of triathletes that do that. And then, yeah, there's differences between the two, right? So if I went right at this set of lights here, that would take me into Caledon East. As I continue southbound on Airport Road, this takes me to Caledon East. But what a glorious day. Man, absolutely stunning sunshine. So now Caledon is also in what's known as the Oak Ridges Moraine. Now, when you're in the Oak Ridges Moraine, you only can do so much with your property. I don't believe, and again, don't quote me. You may want to fact check me, but there's limitations as to what you can do if you live in the Oak Ridges Moraine. I do know that, and a lot of people. I remember when this was setting up. Oh, I don't know. Was it 2002? 2002 or 2003 when this was all being done. I mean, the Oak Ridges Moraine filters a lot of the water that goes further south. So it's kind of like green belt, as they call it, to stop development from just continuing endlessly. But I, I do know that there's been some properties that they've built, and it's very controversial. But again, don't quote me on it because don't really know the whole gist of the whole political landscape of how all that plays out. Except if you live in Toronto, you know that the Ford government has gone ahead and turned around and said to Toronto, you got to rip out bike lanes. And so there's a number of drivers that are rejoicing, but there's a lot of people that do use those bike lanes to commute, and more people started to do so. So, yeah, it's, who knows? I don't. Okay, so right here, you've got a beautiful shot, right? Skyline way off. It's behind the trees now, but that was one of the views of Toronto, which is pretty cool. You'll get that also on Highway 10 when you go south. On what's known, they call it the Caledon Mountain. When you're coming down, you can, great shot of Brampton, Mississauga, Etobicoke, all the way Toronto. A really cool shot. And that was one of the ones of Toronto that hopefully you would have seen. Don't know if you did or not. It's hard because my eyes see it so much different than what it looks like through the lens of a camera. Very, very, very different. But is what it is. So Caledon was the playground of the rich in the 50s, 60s, 70s. But as development continued to march forward northbound, they started to hit places like that I just came from, Mulmar, up in the Creemore area or Clearview, all the way up into Collingwood into the late 1990s. Once the 2000s hit, Collingwood totally changed. Like it's night and day from what it used to be, and it for the better, obviously. So there's another view of the city. I don't know if you can see it, but there is another view there. That's pretty cool. Oh, Caledon Restaurant, right on the right hand side. That place is very cool. There's also a patio that you can eat at, which is really neat. I've been there once. It was just this summer. I drove up from Toronto and met with a friend, and we went there. It was very cool. Now, I mentioned before you got to watch your speed as you get into these smaller towns. This is one of these sections that you want to watch your speed. So it says 50. You want to make sure that you're kind of doing around 50. There's also a sign right here. I don't know if it's active or not, but it would normally tell you what your speed is. And then people, as soon as people see what they're going, they start putting on their brakes because it's a small town. You don't want to be speeding through small towns like that, right? Because you can't act fast. And then when the weather starts to turn, again, they even write it, right? Go slow. It's written on the road as well. Because, like I said, people do speed through these towns like it's a highway. It's unfortunate. You hear it on CP24. You know, accident happened here, there, everywhere. If people just slowed down, everything would be fine. Give yourself extra time to get to places. This little, this place right here, the right hand side, little ice cream shack. Right? A lot of people stop there in the winter, or sorry, in the summer. You got Pizza Hut on the right side there. Liquor store on your right. Canada Post is still on strike. So if you went left on Old Church Road, that would take you to the other section of the town, and that's where the rec center is. $149.9, still the same price as it was in Creemore. Grocery store is just up the hill. This right here is the Caledon Rail Trail at the satellite. So if you went right or left, it would take you into a trail system where you can run, hike, bike, whatever. And you could go all the way out to Fergus to the west, or you could go all the way to the east up by Georgian Downs, which is the racetrack just south of Barrie on the 400. It's crazy how far you can go on these rail trails. Some parts of the trail aren't as good as others, but anyways, it does go a long distance. Okay, left-hand side, again, grocery store. Foodland's typically expensive, but most of them are nowadays. But they are significantly more than No Frills or any of the other brands. Big subdivision, huge development going on the left-hand side here. Right? Massive, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes that are going to be built. So continuing south from Creemore, we find ourselves south Caledon now, because we've passed the village. Typically when you pass the village, people refer to this as South Caledon, and there is a lot less snow. A lot less snow. We've been driving for 64 kilometers so far. And the snow is starting to, yeah, it's interesting. 153. Gas has gone up. Okay, this is the interesting part. When I get through the lights here, on the right-hand side, there's these houses that were built. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there were these houses that were built years ago, and I don't know. I guess people don't mind living on Airport Road, but I mean these houses are nice, right? Like they're these big, you can see them, right? These big, beautiful houses right on Airport Road. I mean, I probably wouldn't want to live on Airport Road, and the neighbors are like right there. Anyways, is what it is. Another one being built. There's a nursery on the right-hand side that's coming up. There's an Inukshuk that was built. You can get Christmas trees in there. I can see the CN Tower from here. That's cool. It's right where that barn is on the left-hand side. Maybe through the trees, right about. No, you can't see it now. Okay. So the snow has. Oh, we're getting there. Slowly. It. I wonder if I get into Brampton. I wonder if I get down to Mayfield. I wonder if that will be the line of where there's no snow, or do I have to go to Highway 7? Not too sure. We'll find out though. It's very interesting. There's another house being built on the left-hand side. Again, I'm not a fan of living right on these main highway, but just so close. I wonder if I go all the way down to the airport where the planes are landing. Like, because there's this part where you can actually watch all the planes land. I wonder if I should go straight there. I mean, I've been driving for about 50 minutes now. Okay, Brampton Flying Club to the right. We're in little hamlet of Sand Hill. Now, I don't know, is this a dusting of snow? I guess the only way to find out, again, I just want to be able to see no snow, just grass with no snow. I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close because it just seems to be a dusting. Now, what I find interesting is this is lower level, right? So the areas that I was at, they're situated at the highest part, some of the highest parts of Ontario, which is around 500 meters, I believe. So maybe 1,200, 1,300 feet. I don't know the math. Again, I'm driving. I really can't look anything up. And because we're live, you know, I don't have anyone next to me who can tell me, and I can't even see any comments. So again, if you're new to the channel, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. We're driving from Creemore to the north, all the way to the south, and we'll see when there's no more snow. and we are at 70 kilometers. We've driven south. And I think we're slowly getting to the point where there's going to be no snow. Again, not too sure if it's Mayfield Road or it's going to be Highway 7. Well, we'll find out shortly. We're just about there, I think, because we're getting there. But let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're watching from. Comment below, give me a like. Any of those types of things really helps. Just trying to build this channel. It's not an easy thing to do with YouTube. And again, I always like to film in 4K, but I don't know if this is 4K because it's live. I need maybe to get some better software to do live streaming. And it's interesting. I feel like I am a DJ and I'm talking, but DJs have a break where they don't talk. They can just play music. But I'm live streaming. It's only me, and it's only like this one-way conversation happening. So I always find that a challenge because sometimes I don't know, should I keep talking or should I shut up and just drive and let you guys just enjoy the ride? It's something that I have to learn. So I don't know what you like. I don't know. Anyways, I'm learning as we go. So now I think there's 4 people watching right now, which is really cool. I appreciate all of you for tuning in because you're spending your precious time watching. So if you're new, I'm driving from Creemore to the north, all the way down Airport Road till there is no more snow. And we're getting there. We are getting there. We've been driving for less than an hour. And I think we may end up at the airport. I think that may be the destination, the turnaround point, I think. I wouldn't mind actually filming some of the planes coming in the land. I think that would be really cool. Let me know, would you guys like to see planes like landing? I mean, when I mean landing, I mean they are literally a couple of 100 feet above my head where I would be when they come in the land. Because there is a fast food restaurant, I think a Wendy's or a Tim Hortons, that's right there as the planes come in to land. And I mean, it's been a long time since I've been there, but that would be pretty cool because, I mean, who doesn't like to see planes? Planes are cool. I did a video in Toronto where I was at Billy Bishop Airport right at the waterfront there, and I was just watching planes land, and then I walked along the waterfront and I watched a lot of them take off, which was really cool to see, actually. Yeah, things are just getting built up more and more. It's amazing to see development as it continues its march north. So much. All right, we got 2 lanes now. We got traffic lights. Airport road's changing. Yeah, there's still a dusting of snow. Where are we now? I think this is Mayfield. Is this Mayfield? Could be wrong. No, yeah, okay, this is Mayfield. Man, I'm still having to go. Okay. Still snow. A lot less. If you saw the beginning of this live stream, you will see how much snow there was. And I've got a couple of videos that are going to be coming out. And there was one road that I was on. It was a non-winter access or maintained road. And yeah, I found myself on it only because it was plowed. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. And I was at a point where I'm like, do I commit and keep going? Or do I risk turning around trying to go uphill? Anyways, I continued on, and I'll tell you, it's I haven't uploaded because I just did that a couple of hours ago. That was a little nerve-wracking, I'll tell you. It's not something I'm going to do again, but it was very, very interesting. All right, where are we now? Getting close. Well, we're not getting close. Well, we are, but there's still snow. Not a lot. I mean, I don't think. I mean, nobody is shoveling their snow, from what I can tell, in the neighborhoods that I'm just passing. It doesn't look like, but there's still snow on the ground, and I don't want to see that. So we continue our march southbound. Any guesses of where the snow stops, if you know the area that I'm driving in? Because I'm in Brampton now. I'm in Peel region. I've been in Peel for a while because we went through Caledon. But I'm in Peel region. I'm now in Brampton. Started a while ago, I think. Yeah, still less than an hour ago. Just driving through this suburb of Brampton. Okay. Now we're gonna get stuck. I don't want to. Does the lane go through? Because I think we got 3 lanes now. Because I know one of them exits, and I don't know if that's the one. Anyway, let's find out. No, this one goes through. Man, I wish I was in someplace warm right now. Like maybe, I don't know, take a pick. Portugal, Italy. I could go to Florida. These transition seasons from one to the other, specifically going from fall into winter, I always find it a challenge. It's never easy. Because you know how long the winter season is. So if you like the video, guys, just maybe hit the like button on the phone that you're watching or on your computer screen, whatever. It really does help. I'm trying my best to make some good videos, just doing what I can. I appreciate everybody. I think I got 2 likes. Do I have 3? Wait a minute. Let me take. I'm out of set of lights now. Let me just look. No, I got 2 still. Maybe I'll get to 3 before I get to where I need to go. So, okay, we're at Beauvard. So this is just north of Highway 7. Castlemore goes off to the east towards Highway 27, 427. That way, Beauvard will take me over. If I went right, would take me to Highway 10. And yeah, we got Big Box Plaza up here on the right with, liquor store up here, bank. I think there's a bulk barn up here as well. And then to the left, you can't see it, but anyways, there's a whole other plaza down here. Again, on Airport Road. So if you didn't catch it, my name is David, and I started this channel. Started it 2 years ago. I uploaded 1 video, and then I never did anything with it. And then just in October, at the end of October, I started uploading videos, And then in November, I started uploading videos every day, just to kind of see what would happen, see if the YouTube, I always try to pronounce this word, but algorithm, to see if it would push it further and if I could grow it. And I think I've got about 82 subscribers, which is really cool for a new channel. I'm pretty happy with that. One of my goals, I know it's pretty audacious, but I'd like to be able to get maybe 100 before the end of the year. It'd be cool if I could. Again, it's a goal I have. Certainly trying. Okay, so we still have snow in a couple of parts I'm still looking at. You can see it on the ground. So we're going to continue on. So the Chrysler auto plant, I believe, is off to the right. I think if I went right here, so this is the north end of the Chrysler plant, or I could go to the next road and go right, but they make a bunch of cars on the right-hand side. You just can't see it. Still snow. It's funny, you look on one side of the road where the sun is, and it's perfectly fine, but then you look on the right side where there's some shade, and you still have bits of snow. Okay, this is Williams Parkway. I used to live in Brampton many, many, many years ago. Lots changed in the time. All right, where are we? So we're coming down to Highway 7. Still see bits of snow. Yep, there's still snow. It's funny, just little bits here and there. I don't want to see any. I don't want to see any snow. Yeah, there's still snow up in the trees there. Still a little bit more. I think it may be airport. It may be airport. Or sorry, it may be Highway 7. That still little bits here and there, but for the most part, it's still a couple of spots. Okay, Queen Street, and Queen Street is Highway 7. And I'm looking. Do you guys see any snow? Any remnants of? I mean, you got a little bit on the curb along the road here, but I'm not gonna. Do I count it? I know it's looking pretty green to me, guys. Looking pretty green. Yeah, I think we'll continue on to the airport because, I mean, the airport is literally just over the 407, which is just a little bit further south of me. And I think if I get there, we could do some airplane watching. I mean, and obviously, I'll probably have to make a video on that because I got to get out of my car. But I think, yeah, I think we could do that. Okay. What's the price of gas? It's still the same as it was when I started. So I've been going for an hour. So yeah, it's still yeah, 149.8. It's pretty much the same. Interesting. Yeah, no snow in Brampton. No snow. We saw saw what happened. We saw what happened as we drove south. What are we at? We're at 72. No, we're at 82. 82 kilometers. It took me to see no snow. Fascinating. But like I said, every part of Ontario is different with regards to their weather patterns. It's very different. Airport Road to the air. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm going right. I'm gonna go right to the airport. All the way from Creemore to the airport, and I will stop. That's where I will finish the live stream, and then I can film a video with the planes landing. I don't know if the planes will be on that flight path, and I won't know until I get there. I don't know. Is there a way to find out whether or not planes land? Like which runways are in use? I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to figure that out. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure. I'll have to take a look at some point. So right now we're crossing over the 407. So Highway 407 used to be owned by the Ontario government. And when it was first built, like, I don't know, it was like in the 90s, like 1997, something like that. And it was government owned, made money for the government. Then they sold it off to a private corporations. The prices have gone through the roof over the last, you know, 20 plus years. It's been crazy. And yeah, it's very unfortunate. Now, there is an extension that they did that the government still owns. That's actually out to the west, or sorry, out to the east. I think from Highway 404 all the way over till it ends in the east somewhere. And that's government owned still. But this section here that goes out to the west, man, these companies are making a lot of money. And unfortunately, it's not making Ontario money. It's making this private highway owners a lot of money. And it's crazy when I think about that. I mean, that would have been fantastic if the Harris government never sold it off, but they did. And I think they wanted to do it just so they could get election, I don't know, points. They wanted to get reelected or something like that, or they wanted to keep their promise because they took the amount of money. I don't know how much it was. I don't know if it was 500 million or something, but they took that money and they put it towards something else and then said, see, look, we were able to reduce, our deficit or whatever, but wrong move, guys, wrong move. It's kind of like taking your cattle to slaughter as opposed to milking the cows. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, there's not a lick of there is no snow whatsoever. This is just crazy. I mean, I knew where the line was because I drove up to the point where I'm like, okay, I'll drive all the way back down. I could do that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many businesses in this section. And then, it looks like we just missed the train. The train just went underneath the overpass just up ahead. I don't know if you can see it on to the left of the screen there. If you like Indian food, there's some good places to eat. Once you get over is it over this overpass or is it a little further down? Can't remember. see the airport. Just straight ahead, literally. We should be there very shortly. This is Moulton. Moulton, I think this area to the left. Um, this was built, I think it was in the late, I think it was 60s. A lot of this was built 60s and 70s. And the area's changed a lot, a lot. I probably wouldn't be walking around at nighttime by myself, but yeah, it has changed a lot. You know, you can see graffiti on a couple of the lampposts kind of around too. I wouldn't even say graffiti. I think it's more tagging. I'm not a graffiti expert, but I know when there's a bunch of scribbling, it's known as tagging. Derry Road, which runs east-west, should be coming up fairly soon, and that is kind of like the northern section of Pearson International Airport. Where are we here? Oh, gas has gone down a little bit more. You can't really see it. It's just off to the right. It's 145.9. Yeah, now you start getting surrounded by these big tractor trailers. There's a lot of shipping, like a lot of warehouses out here too. But again, there's a lot of businesses, so they need deliveries. But yeah, you'll see a lot of trucks. Dixie Road, you'll see a lot. Dixie Road to the right, like I think Dixie Road is the next major road to the right, or I should say to the west. And there's a lot of businesses out there. This is the prime area of business in this section. There's certainly a little bit more to look at than when I started off. Oh, the Christmas lights hanging on that. Looks like someone just threw them up. Okay, so Derry Road is the next road, just up ahead. I should actually get over. Actually, no, I'll just stay where I am. Okay, the International Center is to the left. So at the next set of lights, and that's where you can go into the International Center. The airport is on the right-hand side once we pass Derry, because again, this is the northern section. I am going to, you'll see where I'm going to pull in, but up here on the left-hand side, there'll be a Tim Hortons and a Wendy's, and I believe I can pull in there. And then again, depending on where the flight path is and where the planes are coming in to land, that could be a video. I could film a video there, which would be kind of cool. But at Derry Road, this is the like I said, the northern section of the airport, and then the airport goes all the way out to like kind of Dixie Road, and then it goes all the way south to the 401. So it's a big airport. My dad actually worked at the airport. He was when it was under construction. He started off as a carpenter and has worked his way up into a number of positions. But he was I wouldn't say the foreman, but he was above the foreman for part of the area of the airport he was responsible for. And I got to see like all kinds of like behind the scenes areas, specifically where the section where you get a lot of, not, I would say like royalty or and the VIP important people and politicians and heads of state and stuff like that, where they would fly into. I saw that area when it was all being built. It's really cool. So there's the International Center on the left-hand side. Again, Pearson is on the right. Still Airport Road. Now, is this... Oh, I think some planes. Now, is this the runway or do I go down to the next one? Okay, maybe it's not this Tim Hortons. I think I may have to look for the Wendy's. I think it may be the next one that I could see the planes land. Because on the right-hand side, this section here is planes come in. I don't know if you can see any of that, but I think it's somewhere runway right about kind of here. This is where, yeah, I think this is where I want to be. But it's changed a lot. It's changed. Oh, actually, no, I could probably, I think it's called Fresh Burger now. This would be, yeah, I think this is where you can see the planes taking off. There's one taking off right ahead, right there. So I don't know if this is where they're going to land, but they'll certainly take off in the distance. Straight ahead, you can see the very first one right there, off in the distance. Anyways, I'm going to leave it right here. So thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, I always say, get out and explore. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. I got to turn it. I got to figure out how to turn this off.